Hello guys, and welcome to another tutorial. It's been a while. So, we're gonna look at a simple raid farm. Or we're gonna build one. And it's gonna take a little bit of time, but it's gonna be very simple. You don't have to build a whole huge contraption to make a raid farm, but this one is not gonna be automatic because otherwise it wouldn't be a huge contraption, right? So let's get down to it. And we don't want to build a raid farm here. Now, the reason why we don't want to build a raid farm here is because these pillagers that spawn, right, they get added to the raid if they spawn near the raid. So, now the thing that you want for your area, for your raid farm, is to actually choose a flat area around here where they can go down, they can go up in concave or convex style, and they'll try to get to your center area, where that is where your village is going to be. You gotta find a flat spot around here that could be used as your... Hey, we got a village over there. That could be used as your killing area. Okay, so this place, this flat plane is pretty nice, actually. So, what you want to do in this place is you want to cover things up. If you cover things up, then they won't fall into these caves as traps. And raiders spawn 54 blocks away from the center of the raid, which is always fixated, like, at the village center. So, that means that you should go at least 60 blocks out and really fill in any holes that you see, because the raiders spawn on the surface of the blocks that go up to the sky, that have sky. So, they would spawn in these caves had we not covered them up. And try to fill in any little dips that you can, because they get stuck on these things. They're very erratic sometimes. I really wish that they worked more on the pathfinding, because they just go straight for the center. They never truly try to find their way out, even though it is simple for them. They won't take the longer path. They'll try to take what they believe to be the shorter path, even though the shorter path is cut off. Which is a shame. Bye-bye, chicken. You could just get rid of all this, right? Oh. Okay. We were viewing nature at its finest right here. So we have quite a bit of these lakes around here, which we can just fill up. And if you do want to use this at night, make sure to light up everything around here. There's... Raiders don't really spawn in the mob camp. Don't really care about the mob camp because they just spawn in like a mob spawner. So, but like, if you want to do raids at night, if you don't want to sleep it off, if you can't sleep it off, you'll just have to do this right. Just make sure that the path they're traveling to isn't obstructed by anything. So now we can just choose our center around here. If you've gotten rid of any holes, any extraneous blocks where they'll get stuck on if they try to swim through, right? Like, if you put like something like this here, they will be able to get up to this layer here without having to fill in the entire hole if you wish. But I think let's see, it should be fine around here. If you would choose a center, you want 8 blocks from the center, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 there. 6, 7, 8. Then you want a ring around it. We can mark out the middle with a different block, like so. There we go. So you want to make this block your flat with the terrain around you here. Otherwise, you're gonna have to create like a staircase, a little bit there. And also, if you do this in a tundra biome, like we found this pillage thing in the tundra biome, you're gonna need to do the outside blocks with stone slabs, and I'll show you that. We can remove these blocks on the side here and just connect them diagonally. So we can do this. By the way, iron blocks are just for visuals. You don't have to build out iron blocks. You can build out anything you'd like. Just make sure that it's that it doesn't have any properties that can destroy it after a certain while. We're just gonna replace all the grass and dirt here just to make it look better and not look like an eyesore when I'm talking over this. So this is your grid here, and what you want to do is you need water, and make sure that if there is any place near a downturn that there's not anything here, right? Because if there's anything here, right, these guys would fill with water as well, and it can mess up a whole lot of stuff. And why you want to put it on here is because it doesn't, since there's no solid block below it, and it's gonna flow in this direction, it won't create a source block, though it will create a flowing water block. So we can just show it off here. And also, the reason why you wanted to make it 8 from the outset is because flowing water counts as a source block at when it flows down, right? As you see, the netherite block is not been covered, so we can get rid of that now. If this is your center, then you just get a guy. These guys just come in, they flow in, and they get triggered here. So we're gonna keep that here for a second, and we're gonna get out our gates here. Now, these gates, you can, if you want to be safe, you can use crimson and something else gates, warp gates. You can use signs as well, but signs are finicky and they get destroyed by themselves if you break their supporting block. But if you do it like this, you are able to kill ravagers that appear in the raid. So you can do this, and you can open all the trapdoors. Open all the fence gates, I mean. You place down a lava bucket, right? And you can put some slabs on the top here. Now the slabs are just for ravagers not being able to float up, and if you want their like saddles, they might just die like up here or something like that, and their saddle item spawn will get lost. And now let's place in this, and you can choose now. You can choose from which way you wanted to place this stuff. You can choose where you want to place this. So we're gonna make it 3 wide. Why 3 wide is because of entity crabbing. So we can do that. We can get ourselves some trapdoors, right? And you can place them here. I'm not suggesting that you should use trapdoors, because some items can be lost from it. But trapdoors make it so that mobs think that they can just safely walk through this, right? Here's the thing: if you build this in a tundra, right? Why you need slabs? So these blocks will freeze over due to there being no block above them, separating them from the sun, right? So you could make a platform that covers this exact area above you here, pretty high up as well, and make it opaque or half slabs or something that so that the raids don't spawn up there. But you could just put slabs in there, and mobs will just walk over it, right? So this is optional if you're building in a biome that snows. So now we can test how far pillagers will spawn here and die, right? We can grab ourselves a pillager spawn egg and see if they survive the drop. If not, we're gonna have to go 1 up. If they do survive, then we might try 1 down to see if they're gonna die, right? Okay, so they survive with quite a few bits of health left. Okay. So these guys have 24 health, while zombies and skeletons have like 20 health. So If you know fall damage calculation, then you then you'll probably just figure this out that way if you want to. Okay, so they die. They die right there. Let's see what happens if we put slabs down there. Will they survive? Okay, they survive. And they die in one hit. So that's good. I don't have any strength on. So, basically, you go down, you're from 62 blocks. And you go down to 35, and that's where you put the slabs, right? So what is that? That's 27 blocks. 27 blocks down, which is basically like 26 blocks. 26 and a half blocks here. And that's where you put your slabbage. So, this is where you want to kill your pillager guys. And you might want to create a little inlet here, right? From one of the sides here, so that you can just go down easily. You can place like a scaffolding here, and we'll go down all the way to 34. 34-ish, and then we should just face this way, and we should probably get to it. There we go. We're here. How you want to make the collection area is up to you, but what I would suggest is face them down, and you have room for your chest here. Like so. You place it like that, and you can access it from any side here. Now, the thing you want to note here is that I'm going to put trapdoors here. You can put anything else to block it, but still be able to move. You're going to need to be a few blocks away from this. You probably could even some iron bars around here, around this area. You could be like 1 block out here. We're going to need to be extra cautious with this, because if you're too close to the farm while you're using it, you might trigger an evoker's anger. And an evoker's anger is not what you want to trigger here. Some torches around here. Stuff where, places where you won't hit anything. So, probably like right there. And right there to illuminate this place. Even though it's already illuminated because I gave myself night vision. What you want to do now is try to get a villager in a spot that you want. But it has to be near here in the center. So a village consists of a villager and a bed. And I'm going to choose this spot here. Right? We're going to go like this. Like so. And dig down. Just a little bit, you know. So we're going to make a little platform. Or a little space where it can move around, it can have some fun, you know. Can let his hair down. You can put the bed anywhere here. And there we go. So, we blocked off, we can block off this, and this. And you can get a villager down here, right? You can get a villager, you can get a villager in this part of the water stream. You might not even need the water streams at all at the start in order to get the villager in here. But it's much easier than trying to get a villager in here later than right now. So I forgot about that. But if you get a villager in here, this will be the spawn. This will be the center of the village, right? And this guy will get green particles. You'll know that they want to sleep there. Apparently it's still nighttime. Apparently you wake up in Minecraft at nighttime. And you don't really need a torch in here, but we're going to illuminate the villager because, you know, he deserves at least that, right? He doesn't need a workstation, no nothing. So now that you got that, you can just replace your blocks around here. And remove anything that prevented the water from flowing. Open back up these things, and you're ready. You can find a raider, right? And get Bad Omen. So now you get Bad Omen, you're running away from all these pillagers, right? By the way, it doesn't matter if the pillagers follow you here. They'll be part of the raid once it starts. So we go here. The raid is immediately up. And they'll try to actually go to the middle of this farm, right? And you can see raiders fall here, right? And these guys will fall here. By the way, if you don't have the corners, if you have the corners not filled here, they will be jumping up and down, like, pretty much often, all the time, right? They keep spawning. I guess we're not in the range where they'll keep they won't die here. So I'm gonna go up actually. And you should probably make this farther from your you should probably make this farther from your spot, because they just keep spawning around here. Let's actually kill all the pillagers, because you know what I mean, right? Like, these guys are actually coming to the center, but they're not coming down here. Type pillager. Okay. So you see the raid starts again. that's a consensus there. You just gotta what a fail, right? Although it works. It definitely works, as you can see. You just need to build it farther away from the raid, the pillager outpost, or you can light it up like I did on the Vitality server. And you can hear that sound whenever they're close, right? I bet it's full of pillagers again. I might have to run that command. I'd say that you should build your raid farm like probably 128 blocks away from the outskirts of the raid of the pillager place, of the pillager outpost, because they won't even spawn outside that range. So you could just travel 128 blocks every time you want to do a raid and stuff like that. But it might be worth it actually to not get them be part of the raid. These guys are somehow getting effects, and that's because a witch is out there healing them, right? So a witch only follows pillagers in order to heal them, right? Let's see, we got a witch. A witch only follows pillagers to heal them, and if there's no pillagers left, they'll just wander around, which means you're gonna have to go after them sooner or later, right? Like, there's a lot of problems with this raid farm, but it's a simple one. It's something that you build in like 30 minutes, because that's what I did. This whole video is uncut, and I'm at 38 minutes, and I've spent 8 minutes just trying to kill everyone here. And you can tell I'm not killing the part of the normal raids, right? You can hear the sounds, right? That's actually where they're coming from. Like, if you don't know, like, where they're coming from, they should be coming from that direction, right? And plus, you should try to kill the witches as fast as possible, because the witches will try to heal themselves after they fall. If they get hit by the fire resistance, they'll drink their fire resistance potions as well. If the witches come down here, then they can also heal everyone else in the cell as well. So you won't be able to one-shot them like I'm doing right now, right? You don't even need the glass here. You don't even need the iron blocks up there. They were just for show, right? It's really hard to hit the evoker sometimes. And the raids go on for, I think, 7 rounds. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this. So this might be the last one. But we got quite a few evokers there, which is nice, right? That's a huge amount of raiders there. If you keep any pillagers up there, the witches will try to follow them in. So maybe just try not to kill so much of the pillagers at first. Just try to kill the witches faster. There we go. Should be the last guy. There we go. So that is the raid done. We got Hero of the Village. And we got quite a few saddles if you need any horses or pigs or striders to ride, right? And we got 2 totems of undying. And 3 more in this chest. So we got quite a few stuff. And if you have looting and stuff, you can grab a whole lot more stuff. Of course. But we did this with basically barely any materials. As you can see, they're trying to join the raid that's over. And this guy is safe and sound. This guy won't die at all. Unless you let the Vexes loose. Which is why I kind of recommend just not dealing with that. So this guy, this farm should be farther away, as we saw. And if now that you have the village, Hero of the Village effect, you can go to any village that you have, where villagers have professions. And they'll just give you items, right? they'll give you items, though they're all sleeping because it's apparently still the crack of dawn here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is it, right? Like, this is pretty small. It's not too bad. It's not too hefty. By the way, this water placement I took from Nembomb. Nembomb's Fun Farm episodes, and I took some of the simplicity from I think his name is Mysticat on YouTube. By the way, this is only for like entity cramming purposes, why it's 3 wide. But there's probably never gonna be like 24 24 mobs in a rave. In a raid, right? More than 24, which causes the entity cramming. Plus, the other reason why it's 3 wide is because they can push each other in, and if they're trying to gather around one small hole, it might take longer for the raiders to get down into the hole. So that's gonna be in for a little tutorial. I don't know how long this is gonna be. This is I've taken like 45 minutes in order to film everything. But you know, that's actually not that long, because this farm would take you about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how fast you move. If you move faster than me, then you can do so in survival, right? This is pretty simple. And as I said, don't build it close to the don't build too close to the raid, to the pillager outpost, or else you'll get those raiders that I had to kill by commands because I didn't want to go up and destroy them myself. They'll try to go to the center. It's just that once they go to the center, the mob cap is filled still. It's unfilled over there, and they'll keep on spawning. So it's a never-ending cycle. If you catch my drift there, this is it. The simple raid farm. Not too much to build with. Not too much. Not too hefty a price for such immortality, right? Have a good day, good night, good life, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.